Hey, 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 hey.
So begins another summer at YMCA Camp Kanawana. For over 100 years, children have flocked to these pristine 500 acres in the scenic Laurentian Mountains. Spread over 3 private and undeveloped lakes, Lake Kanawana, Wilson Lake, and Round Lake, this site just outside of the village of Saint-Sauveur-des-Monts has been home to Kanawana's campers and staff since 1909. Some are coming to discover the wonder and beauty of the great Canadian outdoors for the first time. Others are returning for another summer of friendship, excitement, and self-discovery, the hallmarks of the YMCA spirit behind Quebec's oldest summer camp. For over 50,000 boys and girls, Kanawana has been a place to learn and grow, a place to explore the natural world and to discover new friends. But more than that, for many, it's a second home. These kids are part of a tradition that stretches back to a simpler time. Started by the Montreal YMCA in 1894 as a place for boys to develop leadership skills in an outdoor setting, within 15 years the program was so popular that it was moved to the current larger site. The camp was built by these early Kanawanians with trees cut from the site and with their own hands, determination, and know-how. And even today, the do-it-yourself spirit that built Kanawana lives on. Kanawana values its heritage as a place to escape the pressures of the modern technological world and teach kids self-reliance and cooperation. Here, we make our own music and entertainment, trade our electrical lights for the traditional campfires, and live in harmony with nature. And while we strive to keep many of the traditions of our predecessors, time has brought some great improvements to Kanawana. While originally only for boys, in 1968, Kanawana opened its doors to girls, which not only increased the camp's popularity, but also allowed the opportunity for young men and women to share experiences in a healthy and positive environment and to learn principles of respect, fairness, and equality. Today, Kanawana is organized into 4 sections. The Woodsman section for boys 7 to 12. The Pioneer section for girls 7 to 12. The Pathfinder section for girls 12 to 15. And the Coureur des Bois, also known as the C to B's for boys ages 12 to 15. Younger campers sleep in cozy cabins, and older campers enjoy the comforts of traditional canvas wall tents. Tent groups are usually made up of 6 to 8 campers of the same gender and similar age. At Kanawana, kids receive plenty of guidance and attention. The staff-to-camper ratio is amongst the lowest in Quebec. In a typical summer, we have 1 staff member on site for every 3 kids. In order to create group spirit and to ensure the safety and comfort of all campers, at least one of their counselors lives in their tent or cabin with them. And of course, the counselors plan and participate in all the tent group activities that make up the better part of each day. The tent group spends most of its time together, but every morning, 2 hours are allotted for campers to explore their own interests. At the beginning of each week, campers select 2 interest group activities. They have a bunch of activities to choose from, such as archery, lake activities like canoeing, or sailing, or swimming. At Kanawana, every child can learn to swim. If your child is not yet a swimmer, they can receive swimming lessons as part of their interest group activities. There are many other exciting activities as well, like rock climbing, or our ropes course, which teaches teamwork and dexterity. For the creative-minded, there's arts and crafts, drama and skits, music, and dance. Finally, we have many programs to explore our natural world. As part of our nature program, campers learn all about the environment and different animals that inhabit the campsite. The nature program teaches older campers survival skills, like making a fire without a match, weaving rope, tracking animals, or building shelters. One of the greatest assets of our staff is that they are teaching skills that they once learned when they were campers at Kanawana. When it comes to selecting staff, Kanawana has a great pool of candidates to choose from. After all, most of our staff weren't just campers here, they're also graduates of Kanawana's leadership programs. For 15-year-old campers who wish to challenge themselves in mind, body, and spirit, Kanawana has revived its Rangers program. Originally introduced in the 1940s, the Rangers is one of Kanawana's most adventurous, exciting, and demanding programs. The co-ed Rangers live away from the main campsite. They cook their own meals and sleep out in the open air. Rooted in the 5 principles of leadership, trust, knowledge, respect, and tradition, they're trained by Ranger leaders in advanced outdoor skills. For 16-year-olds wanting to build on their leadership skills, Kanawana has a 2-month leadership training program. The Trailblazers program traces its roots to Quebec's first counselor in training program, founded at Kanawana in 1947. Trailblazers are trained in all the skills necessary to become leaders at school, in their communities, and at camp. Special workshops include conflict resolution, working with special needs children, and creative programming with campers. Trailblazers will also take advanced levels in interest group activities and will be assigned to a tent group for practical experience working with the campers. All this in the hope that one day they might have the chance to share their love of Kanawana as a member of our staff. Canoe tripping is one of the cornerstones of Kanawana's program. Junior campers experience an overnight at one of our sites on Lake Wilson, adjacent to Lake Kanawana. Senior campers have the chance to test their skills on some of the most beautiful water in the country at Papineau-la-Belle or at La Vérendrye Provincial Parks. On 5-day canoe trips, senior campers experience the thrill of living in the outdoors and the warmth of camaraderie around the campfire. Campers are led by a counselor and an experienced trip leader and spend their days canoeing, hiking, and exploring the great Canadian wilderness. For campers aged 13 to 17 who are looking for a bigger challenge, Kanawana offers the unique Voyageurs de la Vérendrye program. Since 1962, these 2-week co-ed canoe trips have opened the world of the outdoors to thousands of young Canadians and helped them develop strong leadership skills and a sense of independence. While most staff have experience as campers and through our leadership programs, Kanawana requires that everyone working at camp receive extensive training in a variety of areas, such as conflict resolution, communication skills with children, small group and large group animation skills, and how to work with campers with special needs. All of our 80 staff members are also given extensive training in first aid and emergency procedures, like waterfront search and rescue. By being prepared, Kanawana has maintained an exceptional safety record, ensuring that everyone has a good time at camp or while away on canoe trips. In a camp with a history as long and notable as Kanawana's, traditions have been carried forth from generation to generation. Special events like spirited after-lunch cheer sessions, after-dinner cabaret,
It's time to look on the bright side. At least I don't eat broccoli every day.
end-of-session dances, and the annual Cana Woodstock Outdoor Concert. have created an atmosphere in which campers and staff all know they are part of something much bigger than themselves. But of all the special events at Kanawana, perhaps none is more exciting than the annual Lumberman Voyager Games, a 3-day summer-ending competition which dates back to 1947. YMCA Camp Kanawana is about a spirit, a sense of adventure and discovery, a way of seeing the world. The experiences and friendships made here last a lifetime and have the power to shape a child's future.
We usually make a few friends.
Kanawana is more than a summer camp, for every camper knows that wherever you go and whatever you do, you will always be
when they're not away from home. Where good friends stay when they're not away from home. On my way to Kanawana, I met an old friend. He said he wasn't coming, but he'd walk me to the bend. And he walked me to the bend. And although he couldn't be here, he turned to me to say, the next time that he'd come here, he'd be coming to stay.